Eluveitie. All right. Oh, from Nuclear Blast, guys. I already know what we're in for. If it's coming from Nuclear Blast, this is going to be some powerful music, okay? So I look forward to this. And here you go, Mr. Falker, Renner Falker. This is for you. And so let's do this. Are you stoked? Is everybody stoked? Are we all stoked? Okay, so it's Eluveitie. Okay, let's do this. All right. Freaking blast beat right from the beginning. All right. Oh, that's badass. Jeez. Man, this fully's catch me off guard. I love this infusion Celtic vibe, and I don't know what the roots of the band is. Culturally, I'm looking at the instruments. I'm going, wait a second, this is more of a Celtic kind of a feeling that I'm getting. The integration between the violin, the flute, and the instrument that kind of has a triangle body, the guitar with the steel strings, a smaller instrument. And I'm sorry, what was the name of the thing that they're turning? Is that called the hurdy-gurdy? Or is that an instrument that's similar to that? That infusion there is so Richter to me because, you know, obviously they're broaching this ginormous gap between these blast beat metal chugginess, and especially with the male vocal, you know, ripping and frying like mad. And then she jumps in with this kind of angelic voice, but still with, you know, authentic, you know, with it by virtue of, you know, her performance. And it is a video, but and even here, this part where this is really gnarly bottom end that's just tearing with the band, and she's singing this hook. I loved that that her vocals were being done in unison by the flute instrument. You know, and those are the special little things that you look at, well, that I listen to when I listen to a piece of work like this. That number one, I go, oh man, that engineer must have had a blast, you know, fitting that in, meaning like through the tonal scape, through the power of you know, the heaviness of the band and stuff like that. And two, the arrangements of it, you know, by infusing in that kind of, is it Nordic or is it Celtic? I don't know, kind of vibe in there with the heaviness. And then of course, you know, they opened up with the blast beat. That didn't surprise me because I knew what the, you know, Nuclear Blast records, they are all about blast. But anyhow, I'm gonna continue on.
This was my rebirth.
Oh, jeez, that's sick. Okay, before we get too off into the guitar solo, man, that was great. And I loved how they gave the more intimate instruments the front and center, with the lead on all of that, with the melodic. I don't even, it's not a solo, it's like a written melody. That hurdy-gurdy instrument, Mr. Hurdy or Mr. Gurdy or whoever invented it, I don't think ever in a million years would have dreamed that instrument would be infused in a sound like this. But that young lady who was playing that thing, and I guess I don't know how it works. You turn it, and by virtue of doing this, and then you hold notes and stuff. But this is the, I guess, what you would consider the picking part of the sound. Anyhow, she's going, she's moving that thing really, really super fast, man, and it's just absolutely crazy. But I love the fact that we just got this nice little 45 seconds of all these intimate instruments kicking ass and taking no hostages. Oh, I see. Oh, I get it now. Beautiful ethereal background vocals there, man.
In front of Antonio's gate, I beheld the mirror in the lake.
Maybe it wasn't vocals, but
Recognize I did not, nor did I comprehend.
Who writes another night to lift my eyes up to thee? Oh, ye embers of that light, let that outwave over me. Mighty cold blood of my doves, I surrender to thee. Fantasy of nothing less, when nothing is left.
This was my rebirth.
wow. For God's sakes. That was insane. That was insanely wonderful. To see the infusion of all of that was just so great to watch. And then some of you piped in and told me how the hurdy-gurdy works. So it's like a rotating bow. And Sephiria, it all came together when I read your comment. So I guess that means if he's cranking, or she's doing that I guess I don't know the functionality, but then I can hear it now. Now that you told me that, and I watched again. I watched what she was doing. And oh, I see. So it's a bow against a string or something that's happening in there. And there was also was it me or was there a key change at the end? I said, did these guys just drop a half step? It sounded like they did a little bit of a key change there, but. Something else I want to mention too before I dip out and do another track is where she's singing the melodic content with the hook and everything, which I really loved. I was reaching for a little bit of melody after a while because the guy who's singing the fry vocals is absolutely killing it and tearing it. But when I was first introduced with her voice on this track, and you go, oh, good, she's going to be singing clean melodies. Of course, she did do that growl at the end, or that squeal at the end thing. But what was great about the production in that is where she's singing that really pretty melody. Dare I say pretty in such a metal track? That there was some really intense performance by the male performer in a very dark, heavy scream tone or fried tone that was like part of the background vocals, you know. And I detected that. I was going, man, that is great. How they pull that stuff off, because you already you know, truth be told, you know, performers that are doing the frying and stuff like that, in most cases, it's void of tone, like a note that it's holding. It's just this powerful, you know, ripping slam poetry, you know, kind of thing. But to utilize it in the capacity of as a support for the melody is such a great production call, you know. And lately I've heard a few of it, or maybe I'm being made more aware of it with some of the tracks I've been listening to. That does that. I think Nick Nocturnal, I just did his last release from his band. He's another one that also layered up a bunch of the darker screaming, you know, kind of vocals in the back, the fry stuff, while the melody took, you know, the kung fu grip. So